Greetings. This is about survival. This video is about how I can show you to get just about every food supply free with a lot of work. It's about balancing nature's food source. I'll read everything down. There's so much to remember, right? So we'll just read it. Okay, first you need a farm. You can have it as big or as little as you want to, okay, or can have. You need chooks, turkeys, animals, okay, which provides eggs, meat, milk from goats or cows, okay, or from any animal, okay, that's eatable for humans, okay, which provides compost, which insects are invited in the compost or the manure, which your chickens and turkeys feed on, the compost used for your fruit and veggie garden. So your chickens and turkeys can eat insects there, free. Insects contain 80% proteins compared to beef at 20. You put seeds there for the chickens and the turkeys, and you put a compost pile with insects. They'll go for the insects because they know what they eat. Okay, free. You can have some seeds to give them later on. You know, when they had enough of the insects. Okay. You'll save big on feeding your chicks and turkeys. Okay. You get eggs, meat with goats, cows, milk. You get meat and that type of stuff, okay? You get their manure and turn it to compost. And the same thing can happen here with the chooks and turkeys, okay? And it can be used for your garden. Chicks and turkeys, so on, they can feed on that, on the manure and compost. You then have your veggies and fruit protected from pests like birds and wild animals, okay, but only in one section or as many sections as you want, right? That is made for food for you eating in the market or whatever if you're going to put in the market. Another section will be where you invite rabbits and hares and all kinds of wild animals in there to feed on it. From there, you can trap the animals and the hares and rabbits get the point. You've got meat, more meat, and whatever, right? So you got your meat, you got your milk, you got wild meat as well from birds and animals, and you got your milk, you got all that type of stuff. So then, you can also do this with seeds, okay, like wheat or whatever, corn or whatever vegetables and fruit you want to put there, but make it balanced with the animals and the birds and the compost, so it can have a rotating system. Okay. Now, in the section where your veggies and fruit and grain so on is protected, is protected. That's for you and the market if you're going to put it in the market. And the section that's not protected is for the animals and the insects to go wild on it. You might manage it a little bit so they don't eat it in one day, but you feed them on it. Okay. You might even hand feed them. Okay. As you can as I repeat, you can trap the wild birds and the wild animals. You can have a pond or river run through your property, or you can make one and have our yabbies and fish in it, and you can fish. Now you get more meat and fish and yabbies and lobsters and all that you can think of. You can also plant nuts or anything you want, okay? So we go through this again. So with the manure turned to compost, you feed your garden, and the chicks and turkeys feed on it. Okay, this provides a lot of proteins for your chickens and turkeys and saves you a lot of money on seeds and that, a lot of money. You also got grass in your area where they eat a lot of grass too. That saves you a lot of money too. Okay, for your rabbits and hares, your cages should be made where the hares are in groups of cages, and you can just shift them from one grass to the other. Underneath the cage, it's got wiring so they can eat the grass. For rabbits, grass is 80% of the diet. Would you believe that? Okay, so you'll give them some of the veggies and the fruit from what you collect in your garden, but it's only a little bit a day with a bit of pellets. The rest is all grass, free food. Okay, that's what they eat in the wild. 80% is grass. Okay, so you got your compost, you got your yabbies, and you got your meat, and you got your fish, and you've got your milk, and you've got your balance in nature. Is what it's all about, it, right? And then you got less work to do because nature does it all. The compost is preserved, is done automatically from the livestock. All you do is shift it to the garden. The birds eat the insects, so you're not going shopping and spending too much money on seeds. You might feed them a bit of seeds, but they'll go for the try it, you see. They'll go for the insects. And you get your fruit and your veggies, and all your crop is being gathered together. And all you're really, if you go organically, all you're really paying for is water. And you might pay for a few other things to keep the garden going good so it doesn't get diseases and that, but it's not much. Okay. And if you go organically, there's ways of doing it organically that you don't pay nothing. The idea is to work hard. And depends how big you want the farm. You can have a small farm if you've got a small income of money saved, or a big farm if you've got a big income in your bank account and you want to do that kind of thing for the market. Okay, so thanks for listening. That's how it's done. That's how farming should be done. It's a rotation system that rotates everything around. The birds and the wild animals are invited in more compost. Okay, and there's more meat, more eggs. They'll nest around your property, etc. You get the point.